Coming up in 10 short minutes, well, it's upset alert, even though Brew keeps getting them incorrect.
Yeah. I mean, Brew keeps saying there'll be no upsets.
I was 3 for 4.
No, that's not how upset alert works, Brew.
That's a long
That's not how it works.
Afternoon headline sponsored by Bayer Aspirin, the official sponsor of Fans' Hearts. Bill Belichick.
Uh-oh.
What's going on? We thought he was going to get one of the 7 job openings, and right now there's only a handful left, and it doesn't look like he's getting any. He had 2 interviews with the Falcons, and Raheem Morris got hired. Charles Robinson, writing in Yahoo, a source said meetings with blank crystallized Belichick's continued belief that the full scope of football operations, personnel, and coaching should be under his decision-making umbrella. Well, I mean, he has a case for that.
Does he?
Well,
I don't think he has a case.
Well,
But hold on, but let's ask the actual question.
he has 6 Super Bowl rings, but sure. Are you surprised Belichick
Is he bringing Tom Brady with him?
still available?
I'm not surprised because of that quote. Hey, right, you actually believe it. Because of that quote. If I want Bill Belichick as a coach. I don't want him coming in running my whole football operations. Why in the world, even if he had done a good job over these last 4 years without Brady, which they haven't, right? So you got that bad record. But even if he had done well, you're going to be here, what, 3 years?
Yeah.
4 years? I mean, I guess he could stay in the front office longer.
That's probably
but come on, 3-4 years probably max. Why do I turn everything over for you to do all that when I'm going to have to turn it over again in 3 or 4 years? No. I would hire him as a coach, but not to run everything.
Where are you at, Wilds? Is your team your coach?
Well, I think that his resume speaks for himself.
Thank
the
you.
problem is he's like a chef coming into a new restaurant, and he's good at everything. He wants to pick out the silverware. He wants to pick out the music. He's like, if I was Arthur Blank, I'd be like, hey, man, can we just have like the desserts to have someone else do? And it's just because the Matt Patricia hire, everyone who knows anything about football, just normal people, like, hold on, the guy's defense, like, yeah, we're doing offense. And Mac Jones's development, and the fact that we spent a ton of money on offensive weapons, and go to the pro shop, and my kids are like, whose jersey do I want? I was like, nothing, let's just get a hat. So I think that's rough. But if he just turned over the draft and maybe some coaching decisions, he could get the job.
Well, he should be the coach. He should have coaching
I'm surprised,
decisions.
and I understand what you're saying, but I am surprised because it is Bill Belichick. And at the end of the day, this is like the individual that walks into a company with a resume, and they check every box. And then myself, if I'm the employer, I say, I love your resume, but you're just overqualified. You're a little too overqualified. That's Bill Belichick right now. Like, I get it. We can say he hasn't been successful as of late, regardless of who was his quarterback. We can't say what he's done has not been successful. We can say it hasn't worked as of late, but more often than not, it sustained that dynasty to where you have them on your tiers of dynasties.
Got 2 of them.
They have 2.
But
that's because of that guy.
I think so. Listen, I think he had poor strategy. He clearly did. He's clearly not desperate for a job. He clearly wants a job on his terms.
Yeah.
Because what happened in Atlanta was people in the organization were like, hold on a second. Sounds like one of the jobs Bill wants is the one I have. And so, you know who I think we should hire? Not that guy, because he's going to be taking my job.
Absolutely.
And so Bill doesn't feel desperate. My question is, will he in a year, depending on how the next few weeks go and depending on how next season goes? Because right now, Bill thinks he needs to catch Shula, but the GOAT coach case is pretty well established for now.
Right.
So if we can show you a side-by-side of someone who's still coaching and might peel another Super Bowl this year,
Andy Reid.
him and Andy. So it's closer from a wins perspective. Wait, Wilds, before you make that funny face. The playoff, the total wins, which Belichick clearly thinks is an important one, Andy's 4 seasons away. If Bill never coaches again, which now is on the board. Playoff wins, about 4 seasons away. You look at the playoff appearances, conference championship games, and then where Bill has the massive edges, of course, the most important Super Bowl wins. But then look at that bottom line. Losing seasons, 8-3. And then we look at their careers in different contexts. What about them without their GOAT quarterbacks?
Wow, yeah.
And now, hold on a second, now there is a discussion to be had, which is Andy without his GOAT quarterback was pretty damn good. Bill without his GOAT quarterback.
Quarterbacks are still good. The Philadelphia quarterbacks are good quarterbacks.
Oh,
He still has a lot of great
okay, but Donovan McNabb without Andy wasn't great. Mike was coming out of prison. Alex Smith had been successful 1 year prior to coming to Andy. Here's the reason I say all this. That's why Bill needs this next job. He needs.
So I would say he would be better off never coaching again than going somewhere, say Atlanta, Washington, whatever, and failing.
I'd buy that.
And failing.
Yes,
because
but-
then people really be like, man, I told you couldn't
But
do anything
best
without
off
Brady.
would be going somewhere else and succeeding without Tom.
Yeah.
It's a big graphic. You only needed one line. It's just Super Bowl rings.
Okay, well,
It kind of is. I mean, I look.
Okay,
if
so
we
let
want
me-
to break down who
Losing
was
season.
better, X's and O's.
In
no, I'm not trying to argue for
1997,
other
other guy.
guys.
I was in high
Hold
school.
on. So let's say Andy gets to 5.
Well,
Then
he
you
gets
don't-
to 5.
Then you don't think it's well.
it's
He's
a
going to have
serious-
3 in 2.5 weeks, guys. So he's going to have 3 in 2.5 weeks, and the
Look,
Chiefs
if
will
he
be the
coaches 10
overwhelming
more, or
favorites.
8 more years with Mahomes, then he may
Greg,
very well catch it.
Quick question. If I had going to give you some money, would you want $5,000 or $6,000?
That's not how it works.
It's exactly how it works.
That-
Because 6 is more than 5.
Yes, he would have.
You
more
can make an
chances.
argument like, but.
Nope. Give me the 6.
Yeah. Thank you. And he also
Yeah,
said,
I'm with you on that, Rouse.
Well, then Andy's got an extra one too.
congrats. Those sirens means it's time for the hottest segment in all of sports. A segment so hot, my grandmother's friend called me and said she might have a problem, and I said, sir, mind your business. It's upset alert. Well, you know, just got a little twinkle in her eye. Greg, we'll start with you.
My upset alert. You know how I feel about the Detroit Lions. Look, man, this is a team that understands what they're up against. They've been at it all season long. We can talk about the past 5 weeks and them giving up all these pass yards, but they found ways to possibly overcome those things. That's why they're in this game. This is why I give them a chance. Because as bad as their pass defense has been, they have found ways to remain in games and either win or cause the ref to give them a little call. Hey, look, I was on the side with you, but this is the Detroit Lions team. They've been tested. They understand how to play from behind. They've played in games where they've had leads. They've actually lost leads, and then they've had to put their foot on the gas again. So I really like the Detroit Lions in this spot. With Brock Purdy obviously coming off a bad game, you know that Kyle Shanahan isn't going to say, here are the keys to the car, just drive at your own speed. He's going to put him in a comfortable position. Christian McCaffrey's going to play a huge role, and that might favor the Detroit Lions.
I think Purdy has a big game because, like,
No, you said it right at the beginning.
Everybody,
You meant McCaffrey.
No, McCaffrey. It'll be interesting to see how that run game goes. You know, will they be able to run on
And he
Detroit?
can, and Detroit has found ways with Nick
They've been
Mullins
good
doing
against
it,
the
with
run,
Dak,
right.
with all these quarterbacks doing it, to still find a way to win.
Right.
games.
Yeah, but I think Purdy will have a big game. Most quarterbacks do against Detroit. It's just as simple as that. And San Francisco's going to win.
It's time for your
My turn
upset
on
alert.
upset alert.
Yeah. Don't do it. See this?
For the third straight week,
You haven't got.
there will be no upsets. And this time, I'll be right. I was almost right last week.
Almost. I've never been good enough.
Right.
Nick,
Almost
you're
right.
better. 75%. I was 75%
Yeah, but
last week.
I am a
3 out of
gambler,
4.
but you were 75% in
That's
an
pretty darn
all
good.
favorites parlay, which is terrible. You would lose, and you would lose money.
They're number ones. Baltimore and San Fran both going to the Super
You
Bowl.
ended up on Patrick Mahomes' Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that, Greg?
No, it's not
Mahomes
good,
put
bro.
Drew on his Instagram doubting him, bulletin board.
If they-
also,
if-
we did it the first
if
segment of
Kansas
the show.
City
You were
wins,
literally in the next room.
I
I turned the
actually, in an odd way,
Oh, listen to this.
in an odd way, would I get some credit for that?
Oh my God.
In an odd way, I mean, I'm with the Ravens. They gonna stomp y'all. I'm just saying, in
Stop.
an odd way.
Wait, hold on. Can we get, since he's not doing a pick, can we get you on the record for the score of Baltimore, Kansas City? Because you have been flirting with 2 touchdowns.
31-24.
Okay, that's not 2 touchdowns. That's not, so the
31.
Chiefs
Okay.
allow
I was
31
I was
for the
thinking
30
10-ish.
for the first time all year.
10-ish,
Okay.
but I'll go 30.
Got it.
Time now for the Puxatawny Phil football to make his pick. I was going to be honest with you. I understand what's going on in Chiefs Kingdom. I've seen Fight Club. I got to sit outside in the rain, not letting me in, try to push me away. Here's a quick recap if you're just joining us. Take a listen.
Kevin Wildes, you have been excommunicated from Chiefs Kingdom.
Hello, Kevin Wildes.
Wait, what?
You've been excommunicated from Chiefs Kingdom.
Wow.
Kevin Wildes, you've been excommunicated from the Red Kingdom Tech 9.
Hey, Kevin Wildes. You're excommunicated from Chiefs Kingdom. Effective immediately.
I get it, okay? I paid my penance. It's like when you send your kid to your room. Don't come out until I say so. You can't leave them in there for 2 months, where I've been. I rooted for the Patriots to beat the Chiefs. That's my big crime? Rooting for my hometown team? I don't waver. 10 toes down. Chiefs win. Again, like I picked last week.
All right.
I'm happy and mad at the same time. Nick, it's time for your picks.
All right, Nick's picks. It's been a rough year. We're not going to lie to you. We had a sub-500 regular season for the first time since this show's existed. We now need to go undefeated the rest of the way in the postseason and finish above 500. We can easily do it. Last week, I'll be honest, I think the Bucs pick, I was on the right side of that. Plus 6.5. Just get the 2-point conversion. Come on, the Chiefs obviously never a doubt. Here's where we're going. You're giving Patrick Mahomes points.
Thank you.
You might as well spit in his face. Chiefs getting 3.5. They're going to win outright. 9-1-1 as an underdog in his career. An underdog more than 3, 2-0 against the spread. And by the way, how dare you make an underdog more than 3? Lamar, on the other hand, as a home favorite, 16-23 against the spread. Super Bowl winning quarterbacks in the playoffs as underdogs cover 71% of the time, and none of them are Patrick Mahomes, except for, of course, Patrick Mahomes last week, which helped that stat. In a low-scoring defensive battle that the Chiefs have been built for the last 2 years. 19-13 Kansas City. Y'all are making fun of all those field goals against Cincinnati. They were practicing for the AFC title game. Now, Detroit Lions.
You better
I understand it's Friday at 4:15. And if you're a Lions fan, you might be thinking, when are we talking about you? Right now! Lions! Outright winners!
Wow.
What is Jared Goff's kryptonite? Pass rush. What have the Lions built for? Best left tackle in football, Penei Sewell. Dan Campbell talking about biting kneecaps. Frank Ragnall's got every torn ligament he's going to play anyway. You hold up against that San Francisco pass rush, Jared Goff can deal. What's the Lions' defense built for? Stopping the run. What are they susceptible against? The pass. Well, luckily you're playing a team that only wants to run the ball to then set up the pass. Detroit, 31 points. The Niners,
31.
24. So it's Brews actually Ravens Chiefs score, but it's a different game.
31.
Chiefs win outright 19-13. And the Lions win 31-24. That's Nick's picks. 2-0 weekend.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was
You're
good.
going to be 0-2.
No.
0-2. Brew, I'm definitely
Chiefs are
getting
gonna
one.
win. Brew, on Monday, we've already started planning weird things for you on Monday.
I don't doubt that.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.